Hello folks, this is the Windmill and I'm your host Zach Gallifrey. Last week we saw some big shake-ups in the world of one of Marvel Comics' flagship superheroes, as Superior Spider-Man was announced to debut in January 2013. Superior will be taking over from Amazing Spider-Man, which will be folding after issue 700 in December. Amongst the big revelations about this book is that this Spider-Man will be wearing red and black and will not be Peter Parker, and that he will also be together with Mary Jane, with the cover for Superior Spider-Man issue 2 showcasing Spider-Man putting the moves on a fairly startled MJ. I've read some amusing theories online as to who the new Spider-Man is, such as Doc Ock somehow switching minds with Peter and trapping him in his dying body. The more I read up on that, the more I feel like it isn't going to happen. It would be a different take on previous existing stories like Kraven's Last Hunt, and others where the main villain takes over either Spider-Man or Peter Parker's life. Plus, it's long been established that Mary Jane isn't stupid. She was able to figure out Kraven wasn't Peter in Last Hunt, and she figured out the Chameleon was posing as Peter during a storyline in 1997, so she wouldn't be fooled by Ock in Peter's body either. Not unless the writers are arrogantly disrespectful of continuity. Oh wait. Keep in mind that Dan Slott is also a master of the wind-up. He said Roderick Kingsley was dead, but lo and behold, Roderick has returned in a major way. He also has an endgame up his sleeve with these stories. If you're a fan of his work, you're probably less concerned about what he says in interviews, and look forward to how his words are interpreted through the stories. They may take a year to come together, maybe even 2 years in some cases, but when the bigger picture is revealed, it puts most people's initial fears to rest and delivers a massive payoff that leaves you punching the air. Just don't be surprised if Slot kicks you in the gut first. He loves you that way. I like a lot of Dan's work, the Spidey Torch miniseries, his run on She-Hulk, and I enjoyed New Ways to Die, Mind on Fire, bits of Spider Island, and recently No Turning Back. However, I don't think his work in Amazing has been spotless. I didn't like MJ and Peter laughing off their years of living together for one thing, or Jameson's wife copying it, or killing off the Gwen clone, and the Alpha story was clearly him trolling his audience. I have a love-hate relationship with the guy. I even ribbed him last week by saying, well, his books sold well, so do Paul Anderson movies. I really hate it when people hide behind statistics, as if they're a measure of quality these days. It always shows that people think less about the dramatics and logistics of storytelling and care more about what's going to distract them on a long flight home or waiting in line for a dental appointment, something to numb their attention spans. This is not what the best of comics ought to do. They should respect your intellect, and they should respect your sense of reality while taking you on a fantastic ride. The best Spider-Man stories have always done this. In the works of Lee, Stern, DeFalco, JMS, these talents all took you on a meaningful journey with the characters. Slott, he's done some admittedly fun things with the book, but he's lacked a strong journey these last few years. Something's been missing. Now again, the things that have been missing are not all Dan's fault. They haven't been there for almost 2.5 decades, and that's been mainly due to other writers and editorial mandates freezing up the status quo in order to maintain the same old. One thing's for sure, Peter's days of over-accomplishment are probably coming to an end, and hopefully that means no more WizKid role at Horizon Labs where he's capable of producing all these new toys for himself, all these Power Ranger suits that you know show up as a costume option in those Spider-Man video games, etc. I'd rather get Spider-Man back to more familiar uphill struggle territory, where he's a little down on his luck, but still has a firm grasp of hope to see him through. It would also be a great way of restoring 616 Mary Jane to her portrayal as a strong-willed companion for the webhead. MJ, for a while now, has been portrayed as someone incapable of handling the wall crawler's superhero side. Now this book is teasing that the relationship will be fixated almost entirely on that superhero aspect. It's an interesting idea, and I'm fairly certain it will strengthen the Peter-MJ bond when the day inevitably comes to prepare to resurface. I wouldn't worry about MJ and Spider-Man being together, chances are you'll really like what's coming up, so long as we're not suckered in by the promises of a company known for hoodwinking. So where do I stand with this? I sound fairly optimistic, don't I? Well, don't mistake that for any kind of investment, as I don't feel angry or even excited for this development. I just don't care all that much. For me, 616 is just another alternate universe. Nothing that happens in it matters to the overall mythos, because one day someone from our generation is going to take over, address the deal with the devil from One More Day, and restore the genuine timeline. Hell, the daily newspaper strip that the Brothers Lee have a hand in already dealt with it by revealing Brand New Day was a dream, and that strip carries on with a married Peter and MJ. And then the Spider-Girl, once labelled the natural continuation of the Parker's life by Joe Quesada himself, its 12-year run more or less spelled out a compelling and wholesome epilogue to the roller coaster Spider-Man story, giving Peter Parker a rare, happy ending. These days I am content to more or less enjoy the Spider-Man stories that showcase the characters that every man you can aspire to be, and not one they relieved you'll never become. Just don't get too upset when Marvel do anything to these characters. It never lasts long, and it doesn't need to matter in your mind. Thanks for listening. See you later. Bye for now.